The next part of the circuit, we're going to measure, cut, and strip 2 blue wires that are 30 inches. So I'm going to unravel some blue and stretch it out. Take my measuring tape. Pull it to about 30 inches. Cut. And then I can use this to cut the second one. Now you have 2 blue wires that are basically the same length and both just about 30 inches. Once you've got your 2 blue wires, just like before, we're going to twist them. So start it off, and then pull your twists all the way through. All right, you should have your 2 blue wires nice and twisted. So now we're going to use our 0.35 and strip both sides of both wires. Actually, on one side, instead of stripping just a little bit, we're going to strip about 1 inch to 1.5 inches. And on the other side, we strip the normal amount, about 1/4 inch. Once you've stripped both sides of your wires, it's time to attach the alligator clips. Now, alligator clips, what we're going to do is put the wire through this hole, bend it back, and they have little tabs here that we can squeeze down and pinch on top of the wire. So as long as we get metal to metal contact when we pinch it, the wire really shouldn't move. So we're going to take the side that we stripped about 1.5 inches or 1 inch. You're going to take the metal and go through that hole on the bottom of the alligator clip. You're going to bend it just so that it goes in that channel, just like that. You're going to bend the wire so that it's kind of coming back on itself, just like this. And now, holding it, you're going to take your wire strippers, and we're going to use the front of our wire strippers to pinch these little tabs closed. And when we pinch them closed, we really want to make sure that the metal from the tab stays connected to the metal of the wire. So once you get one tab down, come back around and do the other tab. Really try to squeeze this down on top of that wire. If you need to, you can use 2 hands to really squeeze it. And when you're done, the wire should be pretty much stuck there. And then if you want, you can bend this all the way around and kind of twist it with the rest of the wire. Just like that. So as we're doing it for the second, I'm going to show you a slightly different way. If you want, you can put the wire through the channel first and then have it come down through that hole. But then you have to make sure to bend the wire all the way back so that it touches, so it's like all the way back to where the wire is starting. And then sometimes it makes it easier to twist that wire around. Right, so that kind of looks like that first. And then you can come back and do the tabs after. So whichever way works for you. Can work for this. So again, squeeze it nice and tight. There you go. Got one, and you've got 2. Once you have both of your alligator clips attached, we're going to take 2 small pieces of tin foil. We're just going to use the alligator clip, push it to open it, just like that. Hold on to that one, and then have the other one, grab and hold. Right, and the idea is when these 2 pieces of metal touch, the motor will move. Sometimes it's really hard to get the alligator clips to connect properly. So I'm going to show you a different way that also works. So if you have your wire that's stripped to about 1.5 inches, then you can just take some tin foil and wrap it around Now, you can't just wrap it and have it stay there, but you wrap it around and then bend that wire back on itself like that. That will do the same thing as what your alligator clips are doing, because you have exposed wire touching metal. So if you're having trouble using the alligator clips, I highly suggest trying this. Once you've got your blue wires with the alligator clips and tin foil, or some of you may have just tin foil wrapped over the exposed wire, we're going to take the other two sides and we're going to plug them into pins 8 and 9. So that's going to be right below the white wire from our motor. Once you've plugged everything in, it's time to test it out. So I'm going to plug in my battery and you'll see the motor moves a little bit when just at the start, but that's really just the motor calibrating. Now the motor won't move again until these two pieces of metal touch. So I'm gonna hold the motor with one hand and let's touch. Right, so when they're touching, the motor moves. When I release, the motor goes back.